Welcome to the deep dive. We're plunging into those beliefs that just, feel true. Today is a real classic.
Ah, the old shaving myth.
Exactly. The idea that shaving makes your hair grow back thicker, darker, maybe even faster. I think most of us have bought into that at some point.
Oh, definitely. It seems intuitive.
Right. So our mission today is to tackle this stubborn myth with, well, basically a century of science and figure out why it's so convincing, even though it turns out it's false.
Yeah, it's a really interesting dive into how what we perceive on the surface can be so different from the biological reality happening underneath. We're going to bridge that gap today.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our source is pretty clear. The hair follicle isn't just like a simple hole in your skin.
No, not at all.
It's more like this complex little mini organ, right?
Yeah.
Buried deep down. And here's the key thing. This really surprised me. Shaving only cuts the dead part of the hair.
That's right. The shaft that's already above the skin.
It's basically like trimming your fingernails.
Yeah.
It doesn't touch the living part, the root. But hang on, if the blade only cuts dead hair, why do so many people insist it gets thicker? What are we missing?
Well, that's where the illusion really takes hold. The actual command center for hair growth, you've got the dermal papilla, the hair matrix. Think of it as the engine room down there.
Okay.
That's where cells are dividing like crazy, determining thickness, color, everything. And these bits are way beneath the surface. A razor blade just isn't getting anywhere near them.
So they're completely protected.
Completely insulated, yeah. And another fascinating point where you're born with all the hair follicles you're ever going to have. About 5 million, give or take?
5 million. Wow.
So shaving can't magically create more follicles. It can't increase the actual density of your hair. You're working with the factories you started with.
Okay, hold on. So you're telling me all those years as a teenager trying to, encourage a beard by shaving. Completely pointless.
Pretty much, I'm afraid. From a biological standpoint, yeah.
That is a major myth busted right there. Okay, so if the follicle isn't changing and you can't get more hair, why does it feel like there's more? Or that it's, stronger? This is where it gets really interesting, isn't it?
Exactly. It comes down to the hair growth cycle. Hair grows in phases. Anagen is the growth phase, catagen is a transition, telogen is resting.
Right, I've heard of those.
Crucially, these cycles are asynchronous. All your hairs are doing different things at different times, some growing, some resting, some about to fall out.
So it's normally kind of random.
Yeah, exactly. But shaving pits all the visible hairs down to the same length, right at the skin's surface. This creates a temporary artificial synchrony.
Ah, okay. So instead of popping up randomly, they all start growing back together.
Precisely. They emerge as this uniform field of stubble, and that gives this really powerful visual and tactile impression of, more hair, greater density.
Like strength in numbers.
Exactly, even though biologically nothing's changed. There was a study back in 1970, actually, that directly compared shaved and unshaved legs and found zero difference in the hair itself.
Wow. So it's not like waxing or laser then. Those do affect the root, right?
Totally different. Waxing pulls the hair out from the follicle, potentially weakening it over time. Laser actively damages the follicle to prevent regrowth. Shaving just trims the lawn.
Okay, the lawn analogy helps. It looks denser when it's all the same height.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the perceptual tricks. The illusions.
Yes, this is key to why the myth persists.
First, the feel of it. Natural hair tapers to a soft point, but when you shave, you leave a blunt, kind of coarse tip.
Right, like cutting a rope versus letting it fray naturally.
Yeah. So when that blunt stubble emerges, it feels prickly, stiff, and our brain just goes, oh, that's thicker.
It interprets that bluntness as coarseness or thickness. Then there's the visual illusion, too.
It looks darker.
Often, yeah. New growth hasn't been bleached by the sun or worn down by friction yet. It's virgin hair, showing its true, often darker, pigment. Plus, that blunt tip catches the light differently, making it seem more prominent.
Makes sense.
But maybe the biggest reason, the most powerful bias, connects to puberty. Think about it.
Ah, okay. When you start shaving.
Exactly. Around adolescence, hormones, specifically androgens, kick in and naturally transform that fine, light peach fuzz or vellus hair into coarser, darker terminal hair.
Right, like on legs, underarms, faces for boys.
Yeah. So someone starts shaving right around the time this natural hormonal change is happening anyway, and they think, oh, the shaving caused this.
Correlation, not causation.
Classic.
It's a perfect storm of coinciding events, making the myth feel undeniably true based on personal experience.
So wrapping this up then, what does this mean for you listening right now? Basically, your hair's thickness, color, density That's really down to your genes and your hormones.
Those are the architects, yes.
Yeah.
And things like age, nutrition, general health, they play a role too, right? But not the razor.
Absolutely not the razor. Understanding the biology here replaces that simple, incorrect idea with a more nuanced scientific reality. It empowers you, really. You can focus on things that actually support healthy hair, like good nutrition, managing stress, overall wellness, instead of worrying about shaving.
So ditch the worry about the razor making things worse or better.
Pretty much, it's just cutting hair. So as we finish this deep dive, thinking about all this complex stuff happening just beneath the skin, this whole hidden world, what part of that really stands out to you now?